Hi everyone, and welcome to another Imagineering Moment. What a wild ride these last few weeks have been, especially with the different elections happening. We had New Zealand, and then we had Canberra, and local government elections in Victoria. Then we had Queensland, and then now we're still in the middle of the election process in the US. And yeah, really interesting. But what's fascinated me is that we've got the process, and there's, for everything, especially with government, especially with law, there's always processes. And so one of the processes, from doing research onto, for example, the US government websites, and just having a look, okay, well, what does it mean? What are we looking for? How does it become official for the president-elect? And the main website that I found just goes through and says, well, one of the ways is that the vice president, the actual vice president, rather than the would-be vice president, as the head of the Senate, actually announces, and it's on a particular date, and it's as a result of counting the votes, making sure that they've all been accepted, they've all been audited, they've been checked if there's any things that seems to be not quite right, and obviously using computer programs with predictions rather than actual votes. That's a bit different. I've also done scrutineering in Australia for elections, and yeah, there's definitely different processes there. So, I mean, regardless of which person becomes the next president, we have to follow who the authority is that's been put above us, but we don't want to preempt by putting someone up as a president-elect when the process is not even done. So yeah, really interesting times. So I would just encourage everyone to just realise, okay, there's a due process, and yeah, and there seems to be a lot of evidence to say that there has been discrepancies. Whether it be deliberate or not, that's a totally different matter, but definitely, computer glitches, all sorts of things. So it's definitely not over yet. So yeah, just be aware of, sometimes the media just picks up on things, but just be a little bit more discerning and just realize, okay, there's processes in place, there's checks and balances in place. And obviously for a president of a country or a prime minister of a country, that's huge. So there's all these checks and balances. So that's been an Imagineering moment. Yeah, so thank you for joining today. Okay, and remember, we can change the world one day at a time, one person at a time, one decision at a time. Thanks for watching, and have a fabulous day.